Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't feel as young as I used to? Or maybe you've noticed that your energy isn't quite what it was a decade or two ago. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us, as we cross the milestone of 60, start to feel like our energy is slipping away, like we're not as vibrant or as lively as we once were. But here's the thing, feeling youthful and energetic after 60 isn't about turning back the clock or trying to recapture your 20s. It's about embracing where you are right now and making choices that help you feel your best. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. I'm going to share some simple, practical habits that can help you feel more youthful, more energetic, and more like yourself, no matter what age you are. These aren't complicated routines or expensive treatments. They're everyday choices that can add up to a healthier, happier you. So let's dive in and explore how you can feel youthful and energetic after 60. Let's start with the first habit. And it's one that's so simple yet so powerful that it can transform the way you feel, staying hydrated. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Drinking water? Really? But hear me out. As we age, our sense of thirst can diminish, which means we might not realize when we're dehydrated. And dehydration can sneak up on you, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, or even a little foggy-headed. It's like trying to run a car without enough oil. It just doesn't work as well as it should. So how much water should you be drinking? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer, but a good rule of thumb is to aim for about 8 glasses a day. If that sounds like a lot, start small. Keep a glass of water by your bedside and drink it first thing in the morning. It's a great way to kickstart your day and rehydrate after a night's sleep. Carry a water bottle with you throughout the day and take sips regularly. And don't forget, foods like fruits and vegetables also count toward your hydration. A slice of watermelon or a handful of cucumber can be a refreshing way to stay hydrated. Now, let's talk about the second habit, moving your body. I'm not talking about running a marathon or lifting heavy weights, unless that's your thing, of course. What I mean is finding ways to stay active that feel good to you. Maybe it's a daily walk around the neighborhood, a gentle yoga class, or even dancing to your favorite music in the living room. The key is to keep moving, because movement is one of the best ways to maintain your energy, flexibility, and overall health. And here's the thing, it's never too late to start. Even if you haven't been active in a while, your body is incredibly resilient. Start with just 10 minutes a day and gradually build up from there. You might be surprised at how quickly you start to feel stronger and more energized. Plus, staying active can help with everything from your mood to your balance, which is so important as we age. Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call her Margaret, had always been active when she was younger. But as she got into her 70s, she started to slow down. She felt stiff and achy, and she thought that was just part of getting older. But then her daughter convinced her to try a gentle yoga class. At first, Margaret was skeptical. She thought yoga was for young, flexible people. But after just a few sessions, she started to notice a difference. Her stiffness began to ease and she felt more energized. Now, yoga is a regular part of her routine, and she says it's made a world of difference in how she feels. The third habit I want to share with you is one that often gets overlooked, but it's just as important as the others: getting enough sleep. Now, I know that sleep can sometimes be elusive, especially as we get older. Maybe you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night or having trouble falling asleep in the first place. But quality sleep is essential for your energy, your mood, and even your memory. So, how can you improve your sleep? Start by creating a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. Maybe it's reading a book, listening to calming music, or doing a few gentle stretches. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. And make your bedroom a sleep-friendly environment. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. If you're still having trouble, it might be worth talking to your doctor, but often, small changes can make a big difference. Now, I know we've only covered 3 habits so far, but these are foundational. Staying hydrated, moving your body, and getting enough sleep are the building blocks of feeling your best. And the great thing is, they're all within your control. You don't need any special equipment or a lot of time, just a little intention and consistency. In the next part of this video, we'll explore a few more habits that can help you feel youthful and energetic after 60, including how to nourish your body with the right foods and why. Staying connected with others is so important. But for now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? How do they make you feel? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Remember, feeling youthful and energetic isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Small steps can lead to big changes, and every day is a new opportunity to feel a little better than you did the day before. So, here's to taking those steps together. Let's keep going, shall we? Now that we've talked about the importance of staying hydrated, moving your body, and getting enough sleep, let's dive into a few more habits that can help you feel youthful and energetic after 60. These next habits are all about nourishing your body, mind, and spirit in ways that can make a real difference in how you feel every day. The fourth habit I want to share with you is one that might surprise you: eating for energy. Now, I know we've all heard about the importance of a healthy diet, but as we age, our nutritional needs change. What worked for us in our 40s or 50s might not be what our bodies need now. The key is to focus on foods that give you sustained energy and support your overall health. Let's start with protein. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass, which naturally declines as we age. But it's not just about muscles. Protein also helps keep your energy levels stable throughout the day. Good sources of protein include lean meats, fish, eggs, beans, and nuts. If you're not a big meat eater, don't worry. There are plenty of plant-based options like lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. For example, let's talk about breakfast. Instead of starting your day with a sugary cereal or a piece of toast, try having a protein-rich meal. Maybe it's a couple of eggs with some avocado and whole grain toast, or a smoothie made with Greek yogurt, a handful of spinach, and some frozen berries. These kinds of meals can give you a steady stream of energy that lasts throughout the morning without the crash that comes from sugary foods. Next, let's talk about fiber. Fiber is important for digestion, and it can also help keep your energy levels steady by slowing down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Foods like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes are all great sources of fiber. And don't forget about healthy fats. Foods like avocados, olive oil, and fatty fish can help keep your brain sharp and your heart healthy. Here's an example of how you can incorporate more fiber into your diet. Let's say you're making a salad for lunch. Instead of just using iceberg lettuce, add some spinach, kale, or arugula. Throw in some chickpeas or black beans for protein and fiber, and top it off with a handful of nuts or seeds for some healthy fats. Drizzle it with olive oil and a bit of lemon juice, and you've got a meal that's not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients that will keep you feeling full and energized. Now, I know that changing your diet can feel overwhelming, especially if you've been eating a certain way for years. But you don't have to overhaul everything at once. Start by making small changes. Maybe swap out white bread for whole grain, or add an extra serving of vegetables to your dinner. Over time, these small changes can add up to big benefits. The fifth habit I want to talk about is one that's often overlooked, but incredibly important: staying mentally active. Just like your body, your brain needs exercise to stay sharp. And the good news is, there are so many fun and engaging ways to keep your mind active. One of the best ways to exercise your brain is through learning. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, taking a class, or even just reading a book on a topic you're curious about, learning new things can help keep your brain engaged and healthy. Puzzles like crosswords or Sudoku are also great for mental stimulation. And don't forget about social activities. Conversations with friends and family can be just as stimulating as any puzzle. Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him John, retired a few years ago and found himself feeling a little lost. He missed the mental challenges of his job and wasn't sure what to do with all his free time. Then, he decided to take up painting. At first, he was hesitant. He hadn't painted since he was a kid. But he found that he really enjoyed it, and it gave him a new sense of purpose. Now, he spends hours in his studio, and he says it's one of the best things he's ever done for his mental health. Another example is my neighbor, Mary. She's in her late 70s and has always been an avid reader. But a few years ago, she decided to take it a step further and joined a book club. Not only does she get to read new books, but she also gets to discuss them with a group of like-minded people. She says it's been a great way to keep her mind sharp and stay connected with others. The sixth habit I want to share with you is one that's all about connection, staying socially engaged. As we age, it's easy to become more isolated, especially if you've retired or if your social circle has gotten smaller. But staying connected with others is so important for your mental and emotional well-being. Social engagement can take many forms. It might be spending time with family and friends, joining a club or group, or even volunteering in your community. The key is to find activities that bring you joy and allow you to connect with others. And don't underestimate the power of technology. Video calls, social media, and online communities can all be great ways to stay connected, especially if you're not able to get out as much as you'd like. For example, let's talk about volunteering. Volunteering is a wonderful way to stay socially engaged while also giving back to your community. Maybe there's a local food bank, library, or community center that could use your help. Not only will you be making a difference, but you'll also have the opportunity to meet new people and form new connections. Another example is joining a club or group. Maybe there's a gardening club, a knitting group, or a walking club in your area. These kinds of groups can be a great way to meet people who share your interests and stay active at the same time. Now, I know that staying socially engaged can be challenging, especially if you've lost loved ones or if you're dealing with health issues. But even small interactions can make a big difference. A phone call with a friend, a chat with a neighbor, or even a smile and a hello to someone at the grocery store can all help you feel more connected. So, there you have it. 3 more habits to help you feel youthful and energetic after 60. Eating for energy, staying mentally active, and staying socially engaged. These habits, along with the ones we talked about earlier, can help you feel your best and live your best life, no matter what age you are. In the next part of this video, we'll explore a few more habits that can help you feel youthful and energetic after 60, including the importance of managing stress and finding purpose in your daily life. But for now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? How do they make you feel? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Remember, feeling youthful and energetic isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Small steps can lead to big changes, and every day is a new opportunity to feel a little better than you did the day before. So, here's to taking those steps together. Let's keep going, shall we? We've covered a lot of ground so far, haven't we? From staying hydrated and moving your body to eating for energy, staying mentally active and nurturing your social connections, these habits are all about helping you feel your best as you age. But there are a few more pieces to the puzzle that I want to share with you today. These final habits are just as important, and they're all about taking care of your emotional well-being, managing stress, and finding purpose in your daily life. Let's dive in. The 7th habit I want to talk about is managing stress. Now, I know that stress is a part of life. It's something we all deal with, no matter our age. But as we get older, chronic stress can take a bigger toll on our health. It can affect everything from your immune system to your heart health, and it can even impact your memory and cognitive function. That's why it's so important to find ways to manage stress effectively. One of the best ways to manage stress is through relaxation techniques. This could be something as simple as deep breathing exercises, meditation, or even just taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly and clear your mind. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine, let's call her Linda, started practicing mindfulness meditation a few years ago. At first, she was skeptical. She didn't think sitting still for 10 minutes would make much of a difference. But after a few weeks, she noticed that she felt calmer and more centered, even on busy days. Now, it's a regular part of her routine, and she says it's one of the best things she's ever done for her mental health. Another great way to manage stress is through physical activity. We've already talked about the importance of moving your body, but it's worth mentioning again because exercise is such a powerful stress reliever. Whether it's a brisk walk, a gentle yoga session, or even dancing around your living room, physical activity can help release endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost your mood and reduce stress. And let's not forget about the power of hobbies. Engaging in activities you love can be a wonderful way to unwind and take your mind off of life's worries. Maybe it's gardening, painting, knitting, or playing a musical instrument. Whatever it is, make time for it. It's not just a distraction. It's a way to recharge your batteries and find joy in the moment. The eighth habit I want to share with you is finding purpose. As we age, it's common to feel a sense of loss, whether it's the loss of a career, the loss of loved ones, or even the loss of certain abilities. But finding purpose in your daily life can help you navigate these changes and feel more fulfilled. Purpose doesn't have to be something grand or life-changing. It can be as simple as setting small, meaningful goals for yourself. Maybe it's learning something new, like how to cook a new recipe or play a new song on the piano. Maybe it's volunteering your time to help others or even just being there for your family and friends. The key is to find something that gives you a sense of meaning and direction. Let me share a story. A neighbor of mine, let's call him Tom, retired a few years ago and initially struggled with the transition. He missed the structure and sense of purpose that his job provided. But then he started volunteering at a local animal shelter. Not only did he enjoy spending time with the animals, but he also felt like he was making a difference. Now he says that volunteering has given him a new sense of purpose and fulfillment. Another example is my aunt, who decided to start a small garden in her backyard. She's always loved plants, but she never had the time to really focus on gardening until she retired. Now she spends hours tending to her flowers and vegetables, and she says it's one of the most rewarding things she's ever done. It's not just about the plants, it's about the sense of accomplishment and joy she gets from watching them grow. The ninth habit I want to talk about is practicing gratitude. Now, I know that life isn't always easy, and it's natural to focus on the challenges and difficulties we face. But taking time to appreciate the good things in your life can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down a few things you're thankful for each day. Maybe it's a beautiful sunset, a kind word from a friend, or even just a good cup of coffee in the morning. The act of focusing on the positive can help shift your mindset and improve your mood. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine, let's call her Susan, started a gratitude practice a few years ago. At first, she wasn't sure if it would make a difference, but she decided to give it a try. Every night before bed, she would write down 3 things she was grateful for. Over time, she noticed that she started to feel more content and less focused on the things that were bothering her. Now, it's a regular part of her routine, and she says it's helped her feel more positive and resilient. The 10th and final habit I want to share with you is embracing change. Aging is a natural part of life, and it comes with its own set of challenges and opportunities. But how we approach these changes can make all the difference. Embracing change means being open to new experiences and willing to adapt. It means letting go of the idea that things have to be the way they've always been and being open to new ways of doing things. Maybe it's trying a new hobby, learning a new skill, or even just being open to new perspectives. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, let's call him Bob, was always a bit resistant to technology. He preferred doing things the old-fashioned way and didn't see the need for smartphones or social media. But when his grandchildren started using video calls to stay in touch, he decided to give it a try. At first, it was a bit intimidating, but once he got the hang of it, he realized how much easier it made staying connected with his family. Now, he's even started using social media to share photos and stay in touch with old friends. So, there you have it. 10 habits to help you feel youthful and energetic after 60. Staying hydrated, moving your body, getting enough sleep, eating for energy, staying mentally active, staying socially engaged, managing stress, finding purpose, practicing gratitude, and embracing change. These habits are all about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit, and they can help you feel your best no matter what age you are. Now, I know that adopting all of these habits at once might feel overwhelming. But remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start with 1 or 2 habits that resonate with you and gradually build from there. Small steps can lead to big changes, and every day is a new opportunity to feel a little better than you did the day before. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought. Feeling youthful and energetic after 60 isn't about trying to turn back the clock or chasing after some elusive ideal. It's about embracing where you are right now and making choices that help you feel your best. It's about finding joy in the moment, staying connected with others, and living your life with purpose and gratitude. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? How do they make you feel? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Remember, you're never too old to make positive changes. Every small step you take is a step toward a healthier, happier you. So here's to living your best life at any age. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.